No. I don't remember. I wasn't invited to a secret and private funeral.
She hung herself? Holy fuck. Well, hello.
Hey.
Welcome back.
How's it going?
I don't know. It's going. I'm alive, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Here we are. We got our drinks. We got a cat
Not
looking at me.
enough yet.
No, I need to grab
I'm
mine.
like on a couple sips of my first one. I'm not.
Yeah, I need a little more.
I know. We should have waited. We should have like had a can and then come down and then whatever. We'll get funner as this goes on.
Yeah, it's a gloomy day. Gotta turn this frown upside down.
Yeah. Anyways, now that we finally have this all like settled, oh my god, I feel like it's been a process trying to get to this recording point today. We got dogs barking, people walking up above us. It's not the quietest atmosphere at the moment.
No, there's a conspiracy against us
to record. The world knows. We've got a lot of shit going on.
We do. We're on episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5?
Probably.
It's like in our third month of
Yeah.
posting at this point.
Yeah, we're coming up with some ideas.
Yeah, now most of these ideas will probably be in play by the time you're actually listening to this episode.
Well, we don't know.
Yeah, I know. We're very like laid back. It is what it is. It's going to happen.
We like to think that we'll have some of these ideas in motion.
We just don't have our shit together. This episode is being recorded before any of them are being posted at this point, so we'll...
Stop giving away our secrets.
They don't care. No judgment.
No judgment.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're trying to get ideas for Patreon. So if this does come out and we don't have anything let out yet, let us know what you guys want.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's be real. We can adjust too. We can adjust.
Yeah, it's loosey goosey.
I think we have plans to have a TikTok page at some point just so we can kind of give little like funny clips or like spoilers or something, but short little sweet little conversation clip.
We have plans to be creative. We're just slow. We're not trying to overwhelm ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, it takes me a while to get creative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, try not to let all this fame of our one fan go to our head.
Yeah, my mom and dad support well. I don't even think they're paying attention to my shit yet.
No.
So no.
Well, we do have some people looking forward to to these episodes. So
yes.
I think people will enjoy it.
Well, then
I enjoy it. I have a great time.
I want to bring up because you are not only part of this podcast, but you're also part of Gecko's Media, who produces the podcasts.
Yes.
So you had your first sort of event was it last weekend, right?
It was. Yeah, there's a small little convention in South Jersey called South Jersey Geek Fest, aptly named. And we had a booth there, and it was very exciting.
I was there. You guys had quite a few people come up to your table and just at the very least express interest in creating their own podcast too, which was really kind of cool to see. So
it was fun. I've been to many a convention, but I've never been the person behind the booth.
No, it was kind of fascinating.
It was probably more fun than actually just being there as
talking to everybody.
Patron, yeah.
We had our own stickers there. We had some conspiracy happy hour stickers, and then some of the other podcasts on the network, they all had their own stickers as well. So I think Stumble Upon, which if you haven't checked out Stumble Upon, it's a pretty cool podcast that just they go into stories about different topics or things that they stumble across on the internet. So they had their own stickers. Who else?
And they were there.
Yes, they were there. They were there supporting.
It was a big family event, literally.
Tell Me How You Really Feel.
Yes.
Tell Me How You Really Feel on stickers. So if you've not heard of them yet.
We actually had stickers from everyone on the network.
Yeah.
Which was nice. Trying to promote the business and then also promote the network of podcasts.
Yeah, Geckos and Grottos had theirs. What else?
I have to look at the.
I'm drawing a blank. Oh my god, I'm a really bad person.
I'm a bad business owner. Geckos and Grottos.
Yeah. Oh, Stop Thinking, Start Doing.
Yes. Tell Me I'm Not Crazy.
Yes, Tell Me I'm Not Crazy. Mine. My other one. My other little baby.
And that's all of them.
It was a good time, though. I had a lot of fun.
I had a great time.
Great food trucks.
Yes.
Let me tell you, there was like a tater tot food truck. There was a taco food truck. There was a fucking bacon food
That's
truck.
the
I was
one.
like, I'm in fucking heaven over here.
It made my stomach hurt because it was a little greasy, but it was delicious.
That you can't not get grease from a food truck. That's part of the charm.
Yeah, but it was too greasy.
I don't know. I enjoyed it.
My sandwich was deteriorating.
Oh, you got a sandwich. Okay,
Yeah.
so I had the fries.
No, yeah, my mom got the fries and they looked
They
actually
were
really
quite
good.
delicious. Yes,
But yeah, it was a good, all in all, good time.
it was a good experience. Yeah.
Our first endeavor into being a vendor at anything. So
I got one thing there. I bought coffee, like ground up coffee.
oh yeah,
And the guy who was selling it had like just geek styled labels. And when I say geek, I mean, I think it was like Captain America or something on the label. But it was good coffee.
Oh, you tried it?
Oh, but he was giving out samples there and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really good. I'll have to, I should have brought his like business card down so I could plug him, but like I have no idea who he is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I never buy anything really at conventions.
No,
Unless
neither.
sometimes I buy art, but
Not this one.
not this one.
You were too busy.
I was exhausted after it though.
No, I wanted to go to bed right
I
away.
had stupid Easter the next
And then we
day.
didn't. We went out and celebrated. So
Yeah.
just leave it to us.
Then I had to celebrate Easter.
Oh, yeah.
So tired.
I did nothing on Easter.
And I was
It was
jealous.
the first time I did absolutely nothing. I stayed home and watched like probably like murder documentary. It's great. I don't know. I had a good time. Let's should we dive into what our Mandela effect fact of the day is?
Yeah, hit me.
I mean, this is probably the most common Mandela effect. I can never say that. I mess up every time. But anyway, it's probably one of the most common ones that you've heard of already. So when I was growing up, I used to watch Berenstain Bears all the time on TV. And I even say Berenstain Bears. Well, apparently it's spelled with an A and not an E. So it's Berenstain Bears.
Oh. I never watched it, but I do.
You didn't? Oh my God. I
have heard
love
of-
the show so much.
I have heard of this one, though.
This one is probably, like I said, is one of the most common ones that is out there. I swear to God, I remember it being Berenstain Bears. I have never in my life called it Berenstain Bears. And now it's supposed to be like what it has always been.
Yeah, and I've never heard it pronounced that way either.
No.
So I guess even though I've never seen it, I've participated in the effect because I would have, if you asked me, I would have said, oh, Berenstain.
Yeah, it doesn't even roll off your tongue. Now, I have seen like some people say like people remember it being Berenstain Bears instead of Stain Bears because I think there was like I think it was like another show or book or something at the time that was, it was the poet. Do you remember something Stein?
R.L. Stein?
Yeah, yes. So people like say that you think it's Steen because of the way his last name was spelled,
yeah.
and you kind of just correlate the two to your childhood together. But yeah, I don't know. I think it was always Steen. I don't know, just me.
I would have to agree with you.
Well, that's our fancy fact of the day. Like I said, that one's a basic one. Everybody knows that one. So, what do you think? Should we rock paper scissors? Find out who goes first.
Yeah, I better win this time.
I mean, it would be the first time. Ready?
I think I went first once, but that was because you.
I
felt
gave
bad.
it to you.
felt
I was
bad
like, I'll
for
be
me.
nice.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Nope, two
Oh my
scissors.
God, here we go again.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, fuck. I got rock, he got scissors. So once again, I am victorious.
So I can continue sipping on my beverage while you tell me a nice story.
I will tell my story. I believe this time I actually know because we had the same one written down, but I know what your topic is going to be this time. So I will impress you first.
Okay.
So my sources for this is time.com. This one is going to give it away, but it is graceland.com/biography.
Ooh, I wonder what this is about.
And then I have theweek.co.uk and I have smoothradio.com. So the theory is Elvis is either not dead or he did not die in whatever year everybody says he died. I don't know. I have that somewhere listed, but I just can't eyeball it yet. So who is Elvis? If you don't know Elvis,
We'll never know.
He's got to be one of the most known musicians. He's like a Michael Jackson equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
So Elvis Presley was born January 8th, 1953 and I'm really sorry for people in Mississippi because I'm going to say this wrong, but Tupelo, Mississippi?
Sure.
Is that a place? I don't know.
Never been to Mississippi.
No. He was an only child, and him and his parents moved to Memphis, Tennessee in 1948. He was a legendary singer, movie star who became known as the King of Rock and Roll.
Mm-hmm.
Just some little Elvis facts for you here. He starred in 33 successful films. He made history with his television appearances and specials and broke many records for amount of people he had at live concerts. He performed in Vegas and on tours around the world. He globally sold over 1 billion records, more than any other artist of the time. His American sales have earned him gold, platinum, or multi-platinum awards. Many of his achievements among his achievements were 14 Grammy-nominated wins and 3 wins from the National Academy of Recording Artists and Sciences, the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, which he received at age 36, and his being named one of 10 outstanding young men of the nation in 1970 by the United States Jaycees. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Okay.
Sounds important.
Yeah, exactly. Without any of the special privileges his celebrity status afforded him, Elvis honorably served his country in the United States Army also. He ended up dying of heart failure at about 45 on August 16th, 1997. There's the date that I was looking for. Go. That's it. And although it was a very clear statement from the coroner's office, many people who are the diehard Elvis fans believe that he did not really die at that point and that there are multiple conspiracies surrounding his death. Mm-hmm. So there's actually more than I realized that there were. And I think a lot of it is just more so not a conspiracy, but an Elvis sighting. Okay. So we'll see what we got here.
They saw him die on the toilet.
Is that a thing?
Isn't that where? I thought that's where he died.
No, he just said he had a heart attack or something.
Yeah, where?
Oh, I don't know. Now I got to find out if he died on the toilet.
So, maybe that's a Mandela effect too.
Oh, it could be. I like it. So Elvis died on the toilet. No, he didn't.
Did Elvis die on a toilet?
No, he didn't.
I swear to God.
So the first theory is the black helicopter. So people claim that a black helicopter holds the key to his disappearance. There was sightings of a helicopter landing in Graceland at his mansion in Memphis, Tennessee, hours before Presley's body was discovered. Fans speculate that Elvis was picked up from his home and flown to Bermuda, where he lay low when he became tired of the fame. So that was just an interesting, like I said, that's part of the theory, but I mean, this also could be like a spotting. People say they saw him getting into a helicopter, so we'll see. The first official sighting. Soon after Presley's death, a man traveled to the Memphis airport and purchased a one-way ticket to Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Cool.
Allegedly, the man looked a lot, same features and everything, a lot like Elvis. The man booked the flight with the name John Burroughs, which was to be an alias of Elvis that he used when booking hotels, which is really odd. That's
a quinky thing.
I need to fact check that one more because I would like to see like the reservation.
Yeah.
But that one is pretty cool, I think. Then we have the groundsman theory. So, after faking his death, air quote, Elvis returned to live at Graceland disguised as a groundskeeper, which I'm sorry, but if you're going to fake your death and return to your home, why would you go as a groundskeeper? Like at the very least, go as like a maid or like butler or something so you can live inside and like nobody is going to get sightings of you.
I'm sure he's not living outside.
Well, no.
He's allowed
He's
inside.
working outside though as a groundskeeper. Like why wouldn't you not come back as a profession where you would work indoors?
Because he doesn't want to be seen. He's in the woods somewhere.
It's Graceland. I don't think there's woods there. They have a yard.
Well, it's easier to run into the maid in the bathroom where he died.
Who's going into his house?
I don't know. You're saying going there.
I know, but he's going back to be a groundskeeper. That's what I'm saying. I think there's better options to choose instead of a groundskeeper.
Maybe his true passion was landscape architecture. And
following his calling. Yeah. No more music.
He's like, this fame, this fortune, not for me. I like grounds work.
Oh, this grass is gorgeous.
Yes. He would go up and down with his lawnmower.
So the Daily Express notes that the intention recently turned to a ponytailed, gray-haired groundsman working at Graceland. And I really wish that this was one of the ones where I could show images, because there's images for all of these. So there's
I have to save that for the Instagram.
I'll have to save this when we post this episode. I'll save it. But there is a YouTube video of a gray-haired ponytail man who's the groundskeepers at Graceland, who's going back and forth mowing the lawn. So I have watched it. The features are close. It's not him, because you
can tell it's not the same person. They're
saying that it was a recent sighting. So they're saying at this time he would have been 83. Mm-hmm. There's no way, my grandfather passed away at 90. There's no way an 83-year-old man is a groundskeeper at a mansion mowing the lawn. Really? In Tennessee. Sweating his ass off, probably.
Was it a ride-on mower?
No, he was a push mower. Oh. So that's what I'm saying. There's no
theories falling apart.
Yeah. So, like I said, some argue that the man in the video appears to be too short for Elvis, but still has not stopped the speculation. I guess he's tall. I don't really know.
I think he was tall.
Okay.
I think he was 6 something.
Definitely tall for me. I'm 5'2".
Yeah.
So
I think he was a large man.
So this one I actually had to look up today because I wanted to see the comparison.
I lost my drink. Sorry. Found it.
You look like you're in a panic state. Oh my God.
I found it. Continue.
So this one I actually had to look up today because I had no idea who this person was. But there is a pastor that goes by the name of Bob Joyce, and he is from Arkansas. And there are speculations that Elvis, after he left the music industry, decided to become a pastor. And is living in Arkansas as Bob Joyce. I guess so. Some of his sermons are resemble some lyrics from Elvis's songs.
I'm sorry.
He uses some lines.
I'm just picturing a pastor in the front of the church giving a sermon, and he's like, "You ain't nothing but a hound dog." Don't be a hound dog. Love thy neighbor.
Be a Labrador.
Yeah.
Be loyal.
Yes. Be a golden retriever. Don't be a hound dog. Hound dogs are loud.
Oh my God. No, so like I said, I had to look this one up today because I had no idea who Bob Joyce is. Uh-huh. Out of all of these conspiracies, I don't see this one being true, but the two people look very similar. If you Google it, and like I said, this is one I'm gonna have to post.
These two people actually looked similar.
Bob Joyce and Elvis. Bob Joyce? Yeah. And Elvis. If you start typing in Bob Joyce into your Google search, it will populate a Bob Joyce versus Elvis photo. And they have very, very similar features. Bob Joyce's face is a little rounder. Obviously, he's older than Elvis was when he died. But they do look extremely similar. Whether or not it's Elvis.
Yes, I pulled it up right now. I'm looking at it.
It's crazy, right?
They look similar, but
I think they look extremely similar. I don't
think they're the same person.
No, so I don't either. But that's the thing. A lot of people have similar facial structure, or bone cheeks, or jaws or chins or whatever. Not everybody is Elvis.
No.
Not everybody is Elvis.
No. Oh, what is it?
What do you got going over there?
I'm just looking. They superimposed it on Elvis.
Oh, that was another thing too. It was they blended the two pictures of Elvis and Bob Joyce together.
That's what I'm looking at.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let me see. Show me.
This is really good for an audio.
I did not look that one up. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. This is making everybody feel very left out. That's what I said. We're going to have to definitely post some pictures so you can at least look at our Instagram as we're talking about this one.
Can you see it?
It's a little creepy, to be honest.
It is creepy.
It's kind of creepy.
But I don't think.
I think the facial features are similar. I just don't think it's the same person.
Yeah, I think they look like they could be cousins. But
yeah.
Elvis has higher cheekbones than this dude.
Did he do plastic surgery, or was that just Michael Jackson?
I doubt Elvis did it.
Yeah, I don't know.
He didn't. He would have
just
told.
naturally
He would have told me.
gorgeous.
He would have
told
me.
you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you Elvis?
I am.
God damn it. So there was another theory that he was actually dodging the mob.
Well, that I could believe.
I could too. So one of the most popular theories is that Elvis faked his death in order to escape the mafia. Gail Brewer Giorgio's 1988 book, Is Elvis Alive?, examines FBI documents suggesting the singer may have gone into the witness protection program. Mm-hmm. In the book, he states, "Do I know if Elvis is alive today? No, I don't. But I do know that he did not die on August 16th. Mm-hmm. Citing evidence from FBI reports, the writer claims Presley was enlisted as an undercover agent to infiltrate a criminal organization called the Fraternity, but had to disappear after he was suspected of being a mole."
Interesting.
I kind of like that one.
I do too.
And I mean, I don't see it being, I mean, Elvis's calendar was probably extremely full, so I don't see him having time to be a mole for the mob. But I mean, out of all the theories, it could make sense. Oh, there's also a tombstone tell. So some, as they call alivers, believe that alivers, yeah, that's in quotes, believe that a clue about Elvis's death faked death can be found on his tombstone at Graceland. They argue that Presley's middle name was intentionally misspelled as Aaron, Aaron, instead of Aaron, Aron. That's how his middle name is spelled. Because the superstitious singer wouldn't want his real name on a fake grave. Presley's middle name was originally spelled Aaron, Aron, rather than the usual Aaron, possibly to make it similar to the middle name of Elvis's stillborn identical twin, Jesse Garin Presley. Those debunking the theory argued that towards the end of his life, Elvis apparently wanted to change the spelling of his middle name to the biblical Aaron, Aaron. However, he learned that the official state records had actually listed Aaron and not, this is so confusing to say into a microphone unless you're reading it, Aaron with 2 A's and not Aaron with 1 A on his birth certificate. So even though his family spelled it Aron, on his birth certificate it was spelled Aaron. So he died with the gravestone being spelled the same way as it was on his birth certificate. Basically the gist of that story.
Okay.
So surreal, right? Now this one makes me laugh like hard. And this one, the guy does not even look the same. But if you have ever seen Home Alone, there is a theory that Elvis is one of the extras in the movie. So I think it's the second one. I think it's Lost in New York. I could be wrong. I don't know. But anyways, so you know the scene where Catherine O'Hara is at the airport and she is yelling to the lady at the desk stating like, "I need to get home. My son is home. We left him home by himself," all that. So there is a man. Well, when you're watching the movie, there's a man right behind Catherine O'Hara, and he's like the musician who ends up giving her the ride to wherever she needs to go. Now, behind that man, there's another man that people are saying was just an extra, and it could be Elvis. Similar bone features, all of that. Now, the theory goes that in the background, the extra has the same type of beard as and mannerisms as the singer, and that the film was directed by Chris Columbus. Chris Columbus had also directed Heartbreak Hotel, which is, I think, a movie. I don't really know. I think it's a movie about a group of teenagers who kidnapped Elvis. The theory goes that Elvis may have seen the first film and asked Columbus if he could appear in his next movie, which would have been Home Alone. And this one made me laugh, so people are really starting to grasp for straws. But it says Macaulay Culkin, who plays Kevin McAllister, which includes the letters "I am Elvis." Not even all the letters, just because if there's no C in "I am Elvis."
Yeah.
So, and he's seen 10 minutes earlier in the film, lip syncing to White Christmas with his hair slicked back in a tribute to the king.
Interesting.
That one made me laugh so hard. I was like, wow, we are really stretching. So I have seen this next photo, and I will admit that he does look an awful lot like he could be an older version of Elvis. But as we've kind of already pointed out, there's a lot of people who can look like an older version of Elvis. There was a photograph taken by a man named Mike Joseph visiting Graceland, the meditation garden, with his family on a New Year's Eve trip in 1977, when he snapped a picture of, quote, Elvis sitting in the pool house. Elvis's road manager, Joe Esposito, later declared that the person in the photo wasn't Elvis, but in fact, it was Graceland's guard, Al Strata. Now, like I said, I have seen the photo, and that will be posted at the time that this episode is being aired. But he does look very similar. And I mean, it's not a clear photo, it's from far away, but I could honestly see where the mistake would be made. And then this one's just another like stupid little thing. So he was apparently spotted on his 82nd birthday. So I said a photo appeared on the Elvis Presley is Alive Facebook page in January 2027. I love the names that these people are given.
I'd like get right to the point. I can appreciate
The
it.
Alivers, the Elvis Presley is Alive Facebook page. It was showing a man with a white beard at Graceland on the king's 82nd birthday with security guards around him. This led to some fans reckoning that they were actually guarding Elvis. I don't think so. I think the security guards were probably just securing the grounds and not a particular person, but who am I?
Yeah, I don't know. It was at the last one.
That was the last one that I had. And like I said, they're not necessarily conspiracies, but they're all like quote unquote sightings.
Yeah, and I was going to say, if that was your last one, I was going to say they're a little far-fetched, except for the mob one. Has the most credibility.
Yes, that's the best way of putting it. I don't think it's real, but I think if there were any of them that were true, it would be that one.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think he has enough time on a social calendar to be a mole for the FBI.
No, I don't think so either. I haven't seen, that was never brought up in any of the movies.
Or history books. I feel like that would have been very important.
Yeah, I feel like that would have been a key point in anything. My God, he was a mole.
Yeah. Yeah, Elvis would have been a little bit more famous than he already is.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know how you have those some, like, celebrities and stuff, like Michael Jackson, for instance. Regardless when you were born, you know who he is. I wonder if Elvis is that same way. Like, I wonder if, like, the younger generations, like, kids who are in, like, middle school, high school, elementary, I wonder if they even know who Elvis is.
That's a good question. I was going to say probably, but probably.
I don't know. I feel like
they have some really famous songs.
Yeah, but I mean, so did the Beach Boys, and nobody knows who they are anymore either. So
that's true. It's sad.
It is.
Poor Elvis died on a toilet.
I have to look this one.
I looked it up while you were talking.
And
he did not die on the toilet, but he died
in
near
the bathroom.
In the bathroom, yeah. It appeared that he was either on his way from the toilet or going to it, and then he had his heart attack. Or whatever you said it was.
Maybe he hit his head on the toilet.
No, what I was reading, it said like he had his episode, went on the floor and tried to like crawl out of the bathroom.
That's so sad.
Look for help. And
God, you just ruined it for me. Thanks.
Sorry, that's the real conspiracy. He wasn't on the toilet. That's the Mandela effect.
Maybe for you. I mean, he was close enough.
He was next to it.
Well, that's all I got.
Well, that was cool. I didn't know that they had all those theories.
As I said, I feel like they're more just sightings than theories, but it's still like cool to be like, I mean, he could be alive.
Yeah, and he's like, and like you said, since he is one of those people where you hear about the sightings.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, he didn't die. It's like, oh, but we saw him X, Y, and Z.
Like I said, I would still love to like fact check the one where some man who had similar features to Elvis booked a flight to like Aruba or wherever it was, Argentina, with the alias that he used when he was checking into. I think that one I would love to see if there's actual documentation stating that that man around that time booked a one-way flight.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
That was a little quinky dink.
So.
My turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, so mine is also a celebrity.
Okay.
That It's funny because you mentioned alivers. I was like, would mine be the opposite? Deaders? Because I chose the conspiracy that Avril Lavigne has been replaced with a doppelganger.
I love this conspiracy so much, and I like all the facts surrounding it.
It's wild. I knew about this theory for a while. Like, it's just one of those fun ones, but never really looked into it. I just knew about the theory that everyone thinks that. Excuse me. Well, not everyone, but people think that she's been replaced. So, my sources for this are Wikipedia. Please donate.
Oh, I love Wikipedia.
I know. And the blog that started it all.
Wait, is that the name of the?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, shit.
This is the blog. The blog that started this conspiracy theory is Avril. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to speak Spanish, Portuguese. Avril está morta, which
Avril is dead.
Yeah. .blogspot.com. So, and I had to Google Translate the whole blog because.
Oh my God.
Because it's
the whole thing's in Spanish.
Portuguese, but yes, the whole thing was not in English whatsoever. So thank you, Google Translate. All right.
Shout out to Google Translate.
Yeah, shout out to Google for Google Chrome that instantly translates the page to the language you need.
So funny.
All right. So the Avril Lavigne conspiracy theory is an urban legend that Canadian singer Avril Lavigne died in 2003, shortly after the release of her successful debut album, Let Go, and was replaced by a body double named Melissa Vandella.
Okay.
Evidence used to support this theory include changes in Avril's appearance between 2003 and present day, supposed subliminal messaging in her follow-up effort, aka her next CD, Under My Skin.
Did that come out shortly after, or is it like a couple years difference? I don't know.
I think it was a couple years. Okay. I was trying to remember.
There would have been, if the theory holds water, there would have been enough time for Melissa to be groomed.
Yeah.
Before releasing the album.
Yeah, and a photo shoot in which Avril has the name Melissa written on her hand.
Before she died.
I guess.
Okay.
Or that was Melissa.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with it.
The origins of the theory can be traced back to an 2011 Brazilian blog, Avril está morta, Avril is dead, which led to conversations on internet forums sharing supposed evidence of Avril's replacement. The theory gained more traction in 2017 when a Twitter user posted a thread recounting the theory. Avril herself has denied the rumors on multiple occasions. Of course she would, because she's Melissa. According to the conspiracy theory... Oh, no, sorry. I'm skipping ahead in my own notes. Oh, no, I'm not. Just can't read. According to the conspiracy theory, a lookalike named Melissa was originally hired to distract paparazzi, protecting a reclusive Avril, which...
I guess this was the body double.
Yeah,
some
celebrities do this. Yeah. It's not unheard of. It's alleged that Avril friended Melissa. Then shortly after, before the singer's supposed death, her body double was taught how to sing and perform like the musician. That after Lavigne's death, her record company buried the news and replaced her with Melissa Vandella for a continued profit, and that Melissa recorded all of Avril's future work.
I'm sorry, but if like people are really that indispensable where they would rather just keep the person, quote unquote, alive for the music, I mean, like, what about her family? They would have obviously been grieving for the death of their actual daughter.
Yeah, they don't care.
Instead of like, how can we keep this Avril thing going and continue to get money?
It's what makes the world go round.
Right?
What did you do? I lost my spot.
It's okay. You can cut it out.
Yeah. Cut it. Much of the evidence cited in support of the conspiracy theory is the at the appearance and disappearance of various moles and other skin blemishes in pictures of Avril over time, as well as promotional photo shoots in which she has the name Melissa written on her hand. The blemish thing, Photoshop's been around for a while.
There's Photoshops, there's cosmetic surgery.
There's a whole movement that is. Sorry, I'm readjusting. There's a whole movement around like not touching up women in photo shoots anymore. So like, clearly, people are like, remove.
Yeah.
Whoever's editing the photo that day.
That's not that like unheard of.
No, it's nothing I would start a conspiracy theory over.
That's how like people look this skinny in pictures, and then when they get blasted in the tabloids, they look like 10 times chunkier.
Exactly. The conspiracy theory soon gained traction on various internet forums such as ATLR and Godlike Productions, where self-proclaimed Avril Rangers shared evidence. I guess that's what Avril
Rangers?
Yeah, called her fans.
So like that's their groupie, like Avril's actually dead.
Like the Beehive or
like the Alivers.
Yeah.
It's just the Avril Rangers.
The Avril Rangers.
I love that.
One ATRL post in 2012. Sorry, the microphone's like blocking my line of sight.
Yep.
One post in 2012 suggested that the original Avril may actually be alive, posting a picture of what appeared to be the singers buying cheese at a time when new Avril was supposedly battling Lyme disease. I guess you can't have cheese with Lyme disease.
Oh. Or maybe you just can't be out.
Usually means you can't be in the sun, but
well, it's a weird she's buying cheese.
She's buying cheese. In addition to the changes in her appearance, the theory alleges that the title and artwork for Avril's second album, Under My Skin, as well as lyrics of songs like My Happy Ending and Together are subliminal messaging.
Okay.
The original blog post further suggests that Melissa feels guilt over participating in this farce, leading to the subliminal messaging.
I do love that song, though.
I mean,
much for my happy ending.
She has a lot of good songs.
I know. I want to go listen to her in the car now. I feel like go taking a drive, just listen to her.
I know. When I was doing this research, I was listening to Avril, getting in the mood, getting in the headspace of Melissa.
Yeah.
Okay, so here are the 10 main points of this theory, courtesy of the blog that I copy and pasted. But it was really the blog. I recommend anyone who's listening, if you want to investigate this further, please visit the blog post avrilisdead.whatever.com, because this person goes into detail. They have the videos posted. They say go to this timestamp. They tell you their whole detail. I try to pull out some things, but please visit the blog post for further detail. So here are the 10 main points of this theory. Different faces, mainly the nose.
Faces in like bone structure, or faces in like the moles?
Well, they're pointing out the nose, so bone structure. This, I laughed at this one. Point 2. Avril averaged, this is in a, I should have converted the measurement because it's not what we go by, but it said Avril averaged 1.58 in 2002, and new Avril measures 1.55. People don't decrease in size.
Yes, they do.
Only in old age. No, that you do shrink when you get old.
Yeah.
That's why I read this and I was like, no, you do get smaller when you get older.
It's called osteoporosis.
Yes. The voice of new Avril is apparently noted to be slightly different. She can't reach the same notes as the old Avril could sing in songs. An example is if you listen to Complicated versus with I'm With You, you can hear a difference apparently.
Well,
your voice also does change when you get older.
But just listening to two different songs doesn't prove that she can't hit the same notes anymore. It proves that her song has different notes.
And you could even go and probably have two different producers. Yeah.
Or maybe her style's just changed.
Mm-hmm. Point 4, the subliminal messages of the CD Under My Skin, cover booklet and lyrics, and more hidden messages in the various songs. Evan Tubbenfeld, which is the band's guitarist, left the band the year Under My Skin was released and made a song saying he lost his best friend. The handwriting has changed. The new Avril even uses another autograph. Sudden changes in personality, way of being, style, etc. The old Avril said she would never wear cute, trendy clothes in the diva style. She hated singers who did the, I guess this is a style, Petrinchia style. I don't fucking know what that means. And she hated the term diva. And the new one dresses that way and gets the title of diva and doesn't care.
Yeah, but I feel like that all has to do with like the world maturing, her maturing, getting older.
Yeah, and like
different styles.
I could even agree and say her style did change, but she still sticks to like the punk rock style. Like it's not.
I don't know. Well, her music changed too. Now she's one of those like. Doesn't she do like the Chinese like styled music? Because like she had one video with like the backup dancers, and I can't think of, maybe that's the style that you just read, but I can't think of it. But she had one more recent song, and it was like a Chinese culture type of. It was giving me Hello Kitty vibes.
Oh yeah, she does. She likes Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
But her song, I mean, she's come out with a couple songs recently, and she still looks and sounds the same to me. The old Avril said she would never show her body to cameras. The new one does in various clips and photo shoots. The old Avril said she would never join pop style with dancers doing choreography on stage, and the new one does. Those are the 10 points for the theory. And I've never seen an Avril Lavigne concert, but I don't really ever remember her doing choreography, even in her music videos.
No, it definitely wasn't her style. But like I said, I mean,
maybe a concert's a little different, but
and like you said too, like I mean, she has probably a different producer than she did 20 years ago. So yes, her style is going to change.
Yeah, when she got off that skateboard.
Britney Spears is not the same person she was.
So here I'm going to get a little more granular.
Okay, nitty gritty shit.
And this is also pulled from the blog. So if anyone wants to go read it themselves, they can go there. So this is a chronological simulation of events.
Simulation as in like this is what conspiracy
this is the
say.
conspiracy theory is saying happened in literally date order.
Okay. Shoot.
So this reenactment of Avril Lavigne's death starts in 2003, how she would have been replaced by the doppelganger. So it starts in 1998. This is when Avril begins her career. This is not when the body snatching happened.
This is like the beginning of it.
Yeah, this is the beginning of Avril. Avril Lavigne, 1998, is 13 years old, wins a song singing contest, which I do actually remember this part. Avril even performs for an audience of 20,000 people, and at the age of 15, she no longer has time to study in school, drops out of school, and devotes her whole life to music. Shortly after that, Avril hires her first manager, Cliff Fabry. Fast forward a little bit. 2001. Avril sparks interest of a producer in LA. Avril signs her first $1 million contract. Preparations begin to launch the album Let Go, containing songs like I'm With You and Mobile, which portray inner conflicts and nostalgia for the quote-unquote old life. But at the same time, Avril is excited and euphoric about new events in her life that are about to unfold. So that's 2001. 2002. Avril releases the album Let Go. I didn't realize it was that old. It was the second best-selling album in the world that year. Avril is successful and becomes, worldwide sensation. She starts performing at various places around the world. Where she goes, screaming fans, tries to take pictures with everyone, signing autographs. She receives, numerous invitations from the media for interviews and presentations. Avril becomes the center of attention. And wherever she goes, she is chased by the paparazzi. Avril's team possibly hires this is where Avril, the lookalike, starts to come into the picture. Avril's team possibly hires a lookalike to accompany her on tours with the mission of confusing the press and fans from afar so that Avril can, lose them and has the freest and most peaceful way to arrive at shows, appointments, blah, 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 without getting overrun.
Which makes sense. Like, I mean, I probably would do that too.
Yeah. And then, like I said earlier, this is a common practice among famous artists, such as Britney Spears, Madonna, and list goes on. 2003. Avril has an increasingly busy schedule and the pressures start to appear. She has to play shows in several places and starts producing a second album that needs to be just as successful as the first. Avril and the doppelganger certainly grow closer and become friends. Avril records the music video for Mobile, Down, and Crying, but these were never released. Avril's grandfather dies hours before a show, but she still performs. Due to the commitment that she feels towards her fans, she performs. She tries to be strong, keep things going, but she is... you can tell that her mood is down for most of the show, and it sometimes breaks down and cries. The show ends with her leaving depressed and being supported by, friends, band, blah, blah, blah. Avril goes into a depression. It gets harder and harder for her to come out of the depression and be cheery in front of the cameras. And she oscillates between the world of fame and her formal, normal life. Mm-hmm. We don't know all the problems Avril could have. She probably vents her problems to her new friends, the doppelganger, the band, anyone close to her. Avril's lookalikes are always characterized by the production crew to try and look like Avril as much as possible. Her job is just to help Avril get rid of the press and paparazzi on duty. At this stage, she's dressed and made up to look just like Avril, wearing exactly the same clothes. Avril grows increasingly dejected and distraught over time. Some time passes and Avril, already overcome by depression, seeks help from her parents at home. But when she gets home, her parents don't wait for her. Her family doesn't seem to really care. She says
That's depressing.
I know. That's why I said when I was doing this, I was like, I don't know what I started, what hole I fell into. She says in the video above that she was never really close with her family members, that she was really close to her grandfather who passed away, and certainly...
So that's why it hit her so hard.
And certainly he was the one who helped her most emotionally in difficult times. She stays at home feeling lonely, rejected, depressed, and confused, and then says that she apparently reminisces with the mobile on her ceiling, which is the song that she wrote about.
I don't think I know that one.
I don't think I've heard of it either. I'm gonna have to listen to these.
Yeah.
So she compares herself to the objects in the song, the mobile. When I turn my back, I get out of control. I'm a mobile. I'm a mobile hanging from the ceiling. Life is a mobile. Avril disappears and the production starts looking for her along with her family. It kind of jumps. It doesn't say the date anymore, but Avril disappears and the production starts looking for her, and the production crew starts looking for her along with her family. Avril is found dead at home. She was hanged.
That's what she did.
She hung herself from the ceiling by a rope.
Good Lord.
The production manages to convince Avril's family not to disclose her death yet, as the second CD was already in the project, ready to be released. Avril's family agrees to wait for the release of the new album. A private and secret funeral was held. The doppelganger is notified of Avril's death and is tasked with continuing the release of the new record, playing Avril and continuing the project where Avril left off.
I know this is supposed to be what the conspiracy theorists think,
but
do we know if any of these facts are actually true? For instance, it was a secret funeral. The record company was able to...
Well, technically, none of this is true because she's alive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Duh. I'm over here oh, my God, I can't believe that's how she killed herself. Oh, wait a minute. She didn't.
She's alive.
I'm so falling into this. Holy shit.
I know, it's a lot. This is probably the heaviest theory I've done so far.
I'm over here like sucking it all up. I was like, oh, no way. This happened? Why don't I remember this?
I know. I don't remember. I wasn't invited to a secret and private
She
funeral.
hung herself? Holy fuck.
Yeah, the doppelganger is notified of Avril's death and is tasked with continuing the release of the new record, playing Avril and continuing the project where Avril left off. She probably doesn't accept it at first, but, certainly it gets coerced. She begins to compose the remaining songs to complete the new record and writes about everything that is happening in a hidden way in some lyrics. Then songs like, which is one of my favorite songs, Nobody's Home, My Happy Ending, and Together Were Born, which she talks about Avril's death and everything she was going through. Nobody's Home is like one of my all-time favorite songs.
I don't think I remember that one.
It's really good. Well, I'm going to read to you an excerpt from Nobody's Home.
Oh, yay.
These are the lyrics from the song, which is going to sound really weird because I'm just going to read them to you. I couldn't tell you why I felt that way. She felt the way every day, and I couldn't help her. I just watched her make the same mistakes again, which, she's the doppelganger. She's watching Avril Lavigne become increasingly depressed. What's wrong? What's wrong now? So many problems. Don't know where she belongs.
Oh, I do know this one. Okay.
She wants to go home, but there's no one home. That's where she is, broken inside, with nowhere to go, to dry your tears, broken inside. Open your eyes and look around. Find the reasons why you were rejected, and now you can't find what you left behind. Be strong now. So many problems. Don't know where she belongs. She wants to go home, but there's no one home. That's where she is, broken inside, with nowhere to go. I have to tell you, I wrote this whole thing. Didn't really read the lyrics because I thought I knew what they said. And now reading them out loud to you, I was like...
really sad.
I was like, this is depressing. And maybe this is Melissa. Melissa, are you there?
Oh my God.
Are you listening? Write in.
That was a good song, though.
conspiracyhappyhour@gmail.com. Yeah, okay, so this is My Happy Ending. This is an excerpt from My Happy Ending. Mm-hmm. It was too much for my happy ending. Let's talk about it. It's not like we're dead. Was it something I did? Was it something you said? Don't keep me waiting in a city so dead, hanging so high, on a rope so fragile.
That's not the words.
I know. I don't think that's the words.
Unbreakable thread.
Yeah.
Lies.
Ooh, the blog. Or maybe it didn't translate. Where it probably...
Didn't translate back.
It didn't translate from.
I forgot this is still that same. Okay.
Yeah, this is is Portuguese translated to English, so I bet you that didn't translate properly. Yeah, I read it. I was like, on a rope so fragile, which would be an unbreakable thread. You were all the things I thought. You were all the things I thought I knew, and I thought you could be. That doesn't sound right either, but.
No, I think that's right. I thought we could be, right?
Yeah. So that was My Happy Ending. Now this one is Together, which I don't really remember this song, but these are lyrics from the song Together. Something's not right. I can feel it inside of me. The truth isn't too far away. You can't deny it. When I turn out the lights, when I close my eyes, the truth comes to me. And I'm living a lie. So these are some of the hidden messages that this theory is saying is Melissa trying to she's plagued with guilt and she's just trying to tell people but without telling people. On the cover she creates an anthology of the secret funeral throughout photos and names the album as Avril Lavigne Under My Skin. This goes back to one of the 10 points I mentioned earlier. Evan Tabenfeld, Avril's friend and guitarist, hears about this. Avril's lookalike asks for his help on the project. Shortly after, Evan leaves the band and writes a farewell song and records it together with the doppelganger. In the song, he says, I never thought I'd lose my best friend. I know it's funny because it says downtown, but it was definitely supposed to say doppelganger because the downtown undergoes plastic surgery. The doppelganger undergoes plastic surgery to correct any noticeable differences. She will need to take on Avril's role, even in performances related to the album. 2004. So that was a big year. 2003 was a big year. 2004, Under My Skin is released. The situation grows even larger. It becomes increasingly difficult to go back and announce Avril Lavigne's death because too much time has passed now. Everyone is increasingly committed and involved with the situation, both the family and the producers and the lookalike. Avril fans immediately notice the difference in terms of her look, style, and even appearance. The media itself begins to speculate and comment on physical differences, but insinuate that Avril Lavigne would have had some plastic surgery.
I feel like Avril Lavigne is not that person, though.
I don't think so either.
She's not.
I don't think she looks any
person.
different.
She doesn't want to be fake.
Yeah, and I don't think she looks any different.
No, if anything, she's older.
Yeah.
She's 20 years older than she started.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, that makes me feel old.
I know.
The lookalike continues to adapt and as much as possible to the situation and achieves public acceptance. She moves on. 2007, the lookalike releases her new album, taking on her style once and for all and becoming the new Avril Lavigne. So the previous album was started by Avril, finished by Doppelganger. The third album that Avril Lavigne released is supposedly all Melissa.
Yeah, well, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Wait, she only had Avril Lavigne only had 3 albums?
I don't know how many total.
I was going to say, I feel like there's a whole lot more than that.
She herself doesn't want to go back anymore because she is living her dream of Cinderella, as she says in the song, The Best Damn Thing. This was a good album. I remember this album too.
I think I do.
Where are the hopes? Where are the dreams? My scene from the Cinderella story. When you think they'll finally see, you'll never get rid of me, like it or not, even if she looks a lot like me. We are not the same. That's
a creepy line, like, related to this conspiracy? Yeah.
Yeah. Once again, there is a stir, this time stronger among fans who claim that Avril has changed too much. Older fans don't like Avril anymore. That's not true. I love Avril.
Mm-hmm.
However, and her new songs are good too. However, the new Avril begins to gain new fans, younger and who did not know of the old Avril. She starts to have her own audience that enjoys her new and true style, and that this is apparently where the Avril fans split. 2011, the mobile music video is finally released because it was leaked on YouTube. And then if you go to the blog post, you can see the video there and you can take a look at it yourself. Still in 2011, the blog began to be written and the subject became popular once again. And apparently in 2014, the Brazilian press finally decided to question the new Avril on the subject. So that's the theory in a nutshell. Yeah,
but like let's be real. They can press her all they want and like try to get the truth. She's not going to tell if she's not the real Avril Lavigne. She's in too deep at this point.
Yeah, it's been 20 years.
Yeah.
She's it. The first time Avril addressed these rumors was in November 2017. On a Facebook live stream, Q&A, when a fan asked whether she was dead. To which Avril responded, "No, I'm not dead. I'm here." She went on to say that the theory was spawned because, quote unquote, people are just bored and needed something to talk about, which is probably true.
Probably true.
The question was broached again in November 2018 interview with an Australian radio station. When asked about the theory, the singer responded, "Some people think that I'm not the real me, which is so weird. Like, why would they even think that?" Radio host Kyle and Jackie O said that Avril never actually flat out denied it, that she had been replaced, and suggested that technology difficulties during the interview was a suspicious coincidence. And in a 2000,
so they're basically feeding into all of the people.
In a 2019 interview with Entertainment Weekly, Avril addressed the theory directly, calling it dumb internet rumor and saying that she was flabbergasted that people bought into it. And then there was one little note is that in 2013, a separate death hoax alleged that Avril died in a snowboarding accident in Whistler, Canada. And that...
So wait, there's a conspiracy that she died later on in life in a snowboarding accident?
Yes.
I gotta look that one up.
Yeah, I know. Because this one starts in... I think this one has her dying in 2003, and the snowboarding one has her dying in 2013.
10 years later.
Yeah. So that is the Avril Lavigne doppelganger.
I like that one. I like the fact that you were able to put it all into like a timeline of like, so this is where she started in her career, then this is where like she started getting press, this is where people say this happened, like that. I like the way that was all listed out.
Yes, you can thank avrilisdead.blogspot.com.
No, Avril S. Morto.
Yes.
Morta?
S. Morta.
Morta.
Yeah.
Well, Avril Lavigne, if you're listening and you want to come on and give your 2 cents, we'd be more than happy to have you.
Yes, we would love to hear how you died.
You can come into my... No, I'm not. I'm going to say you can come into my basement and talk with us. That sounds just really creepy. But in all fairness, we're recording in a basement right now. So.
Yeah. I thought that was very... It was wild when I was reading it and going through everything.
I like doing this because, like, you know of some of the conspiracies, but until you sit there, research it, list it all out, you don't know all the details. So I do really enjoy that aspect of, like, doing this podcast because you can say that there's a conspiracy about something, but until you know the facts behind it and why it exists, it just puts another whole perspective onto the conspiracy. Like, I don't know, maybe it could be. Maybe Avril really did die and hang herself. Maybe Elvis really is still alive.
Maybe.
Kind of just like switch them up. Elvis is still alive, but Avril's dead.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said maybe mine are called deaders.
Yeah.
They're not alivers.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. So what do you think? You think Melissa's real?
I think people want her. I think people want the conspiracy to be fake. But I'm sorry. I just think Melissa very well could be a body double, and I think that there's definitely validation to having a body double, especially when you're a celebrity, but I don't think Avril passed away, and I don't think Melissa took over her life. Because like I said, I don't know how all family dynamics work, but in my family, my parents would not just be like, all right, my daughter died, let's just try to brush it under the rug and use this other person as my daughter instead. Like that's just really, really creepy and really morbid to me.
Yeah, I believe maybe Melissa existed at one time. Like she had a body double.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't doubt that at all. I probably would also.
Do I think that Avril is dead? No. But that was it.
Very nice. I like that. Yeah. That was like a long one for you.
I know.
That was a really long one.
There was so much information. I cut out so much.
I was like, I've been getting to the point where I'm like, this one's going to have to be a 6-parter. This one's going to be a 5-parter. Like, there are some that are just so detailed. Like, it is too much information for the actual happy hour. Now, I know moving forward, you and I plan on covering a couple, like, really big ones. Like, spoiler alert, not spoiler alert. Like, obviously, one of the huge cult conspiracies out there is Scientology. So I just finished watching a documentary on Scientology. Fucking fascinating. Leah Remini is great in it. She breaks down everything. But I think that's going to be obviously a topic where we're just going to have to cover together. There's way too much information for that specific thing to just do it in like a half an hour rundown.
Yeah.
So
that's a special.
Yeah. So that's our plan moving forward. We're going to have like a couple episodes, obviously the bigger conspiracies that we'll cover together. We'll have our happy hour specials with our guests. And then at some point when we get our shit together, we'll have a TikTok and we'll have a Patreon going.
Yeah, so just stay glued to our Instagram right now.
If you're not following our Instagram, I think this is like, I don't know, I've never posted so much in my life. I hate working with social media. But keeping it pretty consistent. We're doing good.
Yeah, I think so too.
So if you're not following us on social media yet, which at this point you should be, but it is Conspiracy Happy Hour, or at Conspiracy Happy Hour. What else do we have? We have an email address. Not that, just DM us on Instagram. Yeah. We have a Facebook page, which we don't. I mean, whatever we post to our Instagram goes onto our Facebook page. So if you're an avid Facebook lover, you can definitely follow us. What is that? Conspiracy
it's both
Happy
the same.
Hour.
Yeah, they're both at Conspiracy Happy Hour.
So you can feel free to follow us on Facebook as well. And like I said, once we get our shit going, we'll have the TikTok that you can follow us on, and hopefully we can like post some like clips of us recording, or maybe just like some funny things that we do when we're out.
Yeah, once we learn how to do that.
I'm not a very good videographer. So you're going to see a camera bouncing all around, grainy footage.
We're millennials that are really bad with technology.
Exactly. Even though we like work in the technology field, it just doesn't, no.
Nope.
So, but yeah, that was a good episode. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
We have another one coming out in 2 weeks for you guys, and probably recording the same day for us. So,
yeah.
But
so tune in next time.
Yes, I don't even know what topics are going to be next time, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it'll be a surprise for both of us.
Yeah, as always.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Peace out. Thank you for listening to Conspiracy Happy Hour. Be sure to listen, follow, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or wherever you get your podcasts. Have a spooky story, conspiracy, or weird encounter that you would like to hear read in a future episode? Email your story to conspiracyhappyhour@gmail.com and follow the show on Instagram and Facebook at Conspiracy Happy Hour. This podcast is produced and edited by Geckos Media and is part of the Geckos Media Network. Interested in starting your own podcast and not quite sure where to begin? Visit Geckos Media and sign up for a free one-on-one consultation today. Until next time, bye!